post
Not only
needed-
Facebook,
The
but there's
idea-
Foursquare as well.
Yeah, the idea is
Foursquare.
the idea behind Facebook and all of that is that basically it's an extension, it's a virtual extension to your life, where they're just connecting everybody and they're just bringing everybody in, and you know what? It falls into your domain and it is your responsibility who you want to let into that world.
Okay.
So
Apparently, everyone's into that world. Once you check in your
Yeah.
location, everyone can see where exactly you
yeah,
are.
but then again, it's your friends who can.
But then
see that.
I think, isn't it our own responsibility to
Absolutely.
to decide what is right and what is wrong?
Absolutely,
Just because
100%.
Facebook or any other social media website is offering us something of the sort,
Yeah.
why would we actually use
You
it?
don't have to get it. Yeah.
Is it possible, like Flickr? Is that one of the softwares?
Flickr is basically a website which allows you to share photographs.
But you can't access the pictures until you log
Unless
on.
the owner allows you to.
Again, it's permission based. So
But
if
you
can
have
make
to
it
log on, huh?
access, not necessarily.
Really?
Yeah, because
If I have an account in Flickr and I
Yeah.
make my pictures public, then
then
do
you
that.
can see them if they.
But I can also restrict my viewership.
But you can. You can completely restrict the viewership.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
why doesn't Facebook do that? You actually give that password, then who would go through the hassle of?
Doing that, and see, the thing is that I'm like, right now there's no point in discussing this because it's not that they're actually going to
Do anything
being
about it.
very realistic.
Yeah, but-
you can be an
No, but then
idealist and
doesn't the
think-
responsibility also go on those people who actually misuse these images? I mean,
They will.
But
you can't stop them.
I mean, yeah, fine. They're
yeah, so
110%
because of those
responsible, but
images
you can't
being
do squat.
misused and the deaths that are being caused by
Yeah.
that incident.
Yeah.
I mean, I know a lot of females who were harassed, their pictures were misused, and they eventually had no other option. They couldn't talk it out to anyone because their standing in the society would
That's another
eventually
issue, by
go
the way,
down.
that we have. They were
Because
not,
not
very,
everyone trusts what you say. So they were left with no option but to kill themselves.
the conservative element of our society also, kind of pushes us into extremes.
And not just here, I think it's global.
Is it?
It is.
It must be. I'm sure there are more lunatics out there. Lunatics on the
And
grass.
I think it's more
Yeah.
common out there than it is. To
Because
some extent, it is here, but
No, see, the thing is
the
that-
misusage
Yeah.
of the images, I think, is more
Rampant
outside.
over there.
Yeah.
okay, I think that I think for a person like me, or for all these kids, like we talked about this earlier, that I think you need to now update all these kids in school.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We had this conversation.
Absolutely.
And then we should tell them, people like you, that these are the issues. This is how to protect it. This is where you go to block it.
Yeah.
And put all these things up front for all these kids, because they're all going to use it without realizing.
Because it's all fun for them.
It is.
Another thing is
See,
that
it's the fun
sorry.
aspect, right? So I think they also need to know more than the fun part of it.
I mean, second graders, children going to school are using Facebook. They have no
Really?
idea. Yeah.
You'd be
Second
surprised. I mean,
graders.
Facebook actually.
4-year-old people know
But I
what
thought it's
Facebook
18.
is.
Is there a limit?
Facebook actually says that it's for I think 15 and above or 13 and above or something like
No,
that.
it's
But-
definitely 15 and above.
Yeah, but I mean, if I'm a 5-year-old and if I can add a 1 next to my age, that's really what happens.
Yeah, but
And a lot of
So,
kids use their own
more
parents
thing
or
that-
siblings.
Yeah, that's another thing. One more thing that I want to point out is that abroad in the developed world, in Europe, in all those places, you've got very, very active cybercrime divisions.
Mhm.
In Pakistan, I don't even know if it exists. Maybe it exists on paper. But you know what? I don't know. I don't see them doing anything. So they need to kind of
But what do they do?
they need to control all of this. They need to monitor it through. They need to have all the internet operators, cable operators, ISPs on board to report all of that. If there is, an incident of child pornography, then they need to follow up with that. I mean, there's so many instances
You
where all
really
of
think
this
that's
is
going to
happening.
happen here?
No, that's the sad part. I don't see it happening.
Like, what's obvious is not being
But this
controlled,
happens.
I think.
But this
Right.
happens abroad,
Right.
and it is very, very aggressively followed abroad, and people are actually scared of
Because, right.
So
Right. There's a consequences of
absolutely,
such-
there's very, very high consequence of doing something like that. So that is another deterrent that we in Pakistan do not have.
Because we know no matter how bad things we end up doing, we'll never be caught up for it because there's a way out. So, we don't have that guilt or we don't have that fear of doing anything wrong.
So the first thing is that It's the way I see it. It's an issue of ethics on the part of those who actually do something. I mean, are stealing those pictures and manipulating them using Photoshop, doing whatever, uploading them wherever. So that is one major issue, which ethics is something that I think we lack.
Yeah.
It is something which starts with a child's upbringing.
Yeah.
You know what? Regardless of how great your child might be, chances are that, or rather, chances not the world. There's always a probability that he might get mixed up with the wrong crowd and he might be influenced. So from day one, just your upbringing of your children, you should be such that their morals are very strong, their ethics are very strong. They do not, they're able to make the right decision themselves. So I think that is very, very important on the part of the parents to inculcate these values. The same goes for teachers. You've got young minds, pretty much, to yourselves, 8 hours a day. You have groomed them, you talk to them, you make them understand this. In addition to that, I think that people like us who understand, who are savvy, who see the problem, I think it is our responsibility to take time out and go to, maybe the 4 of us at one point. We can go and speak with the school and say we want to come in and talk about it. I don't know if they'll entertain us, but if they do, then that is something I would personally like to do.
I think that's
every person's responsibility.
Every few days, maybe even once a week, it's a class of 30 students, right?
Just go in there for 10 minutes.
Tell them exactly what it is, short presentation, make them understand, what the issues are, and maybe, us 4 can make an impact.
I think it's every person's responsibility.
So, and then, if you guys start doing the same, then you know what, we can change the world.
Right.
I think that's an excellent idea, Bilal. And just to sort of add on to this, I think we as adults as well need to make sure, if we have kids, I have a kid, you guys don't.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But you got friends, you got nephews and nieces.
Yeah.
Somebody should definitely keep an eye on what's going on all these online, whatever. Because I, again, am not into all of this, and I know that I just don't feel right with all of this in the first place. I mean, we being also a Muslim state, and we got this, we got to protect our women, our house girls, and it's just too open, that thing for me.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't trust anyone, to be honest. I don't even trust somebody living next door to me.
In this day and age, you can't.
So, I mean, you're right about the fact that we should now start at least, or if the universities don't let us in, the schools don't let us, at least they should have a session where they tell them, this is what it is, this is how you should treat it, this is how you should block it.
Yeah.
Right.
And, this is how you should go about it.
Educate them about it.
Key right now.
Yeah, I think we should, by the way, I think we should do a small demonstration video and also put it up on 247.
I think that's an absolutely amazing idea. Yeah.
All right.
Playing whatever part we can. So, anyways, that was the note, and let's do this.
Yeah, let's finish this. And Bilal showed me a video last week. I just want to add that video as well on it.
Sure.
And to that note, I'll sign off.
Yeah. All right.